Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a review on the Pegasus Power. So I did a review with my doubles partner Joey on the entire 9-paddle lineup from 11Six24 for 2025. We were super impressed, but obviously that was just kind of a first impressions. If you want to go and watch that video, it'll be here, or I'm going to link it down in the description as well, so you can go and see the whole review. But today I'm going to deep dive a bit more on the Pegasus Power. I've been playing with this paddle for the past 2 weeks, and I've really come to love it. I was a little bit hesitant coming from the elongated shape, the Huarache. So I had the Huarache X Control, the Control Plus, and then the Alpha 1. Really liked all of those paddles. So going to the wide body, the only experience that I had with a wide body previously was with the 11Six24 Monarch, which was the predecessor to the Pegasus. And I really liked it, but I always found that it was lacking finishing power. It kind of felt like a big pillow. It was great for control, no finishing really whatsoever. Had to swing a ton on your drives. The Pegasus Power has basically fixed all of that. It is extremely powerful, which you wouldn't think from a wide body would be the case, but it's also very controlled and really quick in the hands. So deep diving on that a little bit more, the drives with this paddle, out of all of the power paddles, I actually felt was the most powerful, which is weird to think because you have more leverage on your swing from the elongated shape. But the massive sweet spot that you get from the wide body really facilitated harder drives, harder serves, and that translated to being able to finish shots that I probably normally wouldn't be able to, but I could still get a lot of shape on the ball, which was awesome. The drops with this paddle were almost like cheating. It was almost too easy to get drops from the baseline, just coming right in. Very effortless, really didn't have to think about it. And because, again, the sweet spot's so massive on it, you can kind of even hit it a little bit off center, and your drop would still just kind of arc right over and drop over the net. Fantastic. The one part of this paddle that stood out to me as being a little bit, needing a little bit more adjustment was at the net. More on the volleys and resets, because it has a slightly more poppy face than the other two power paddles. I'm playing with the Vapor Power right now, and that's a lot more forgiving. I found I really had to watch how much I was swinging with the Pegasus Power on my volleys, because I would be at the kitchen line going for just a nice little volley to keep someone back at the baseline, and even with the slightest little flick of the wrist, the ball would go long. So I would say out of the Power series, the Pegasus would probably be one of the ones that would be more for a higher level player or someone that's willing to put in the time to adjust to that extra pop. But yeah, I'm going to get the ball machine. I'm going to hit with it a little bit more. I'm going to kind of give you my live time review and assessment as we go along. So let's get into it. So it's interesting hitting with the Pegasus Power because ever since I added the weights on the top corners, the paddle actually became poppier, and the plush feeling that was on the paddle before has actually kind of dissipated. It's not like it's lost all of its touch, but it's a lot more of a direct shot now, which I could see for some players being maybe a little bit better at the higher level because you have that more consistent deployment off the face. That being said, at the kitchen, on volleys, when you're moving up, you can see there I barely swung, and the ball has a lot of pop, just kind of shoots off the face. But the finishing power is kind of unparalleled, and because the sweet spot's so big, you can almost hit it like right off center. So let's do some mid-court resets. This is probably where I felt it the most of the mid-court, where it would pop up a little bit more than I would anticipate. And then I would have a ball coming back at me pretty quick. And like, especially those attacks through the mid-court, you really, really have to be conscious of how much you're swinging on it. Especially on the backhands. I found the backhands, but it has this almost gunshot sound to it, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, the finishing power on the Pegasus is pretty incredible. I'm almost inclined, because I have the full lineup, to use the Pegasus Power as my singles paddle and use the Vapor Power as my doubles paddle. And I'm gonna do 2 weeks with the Pegasus or the Vapor Power as well to really figure out whether I like the Brache X Power or the Vapor Power for doubles. But I'm definitely seeing that the Pegasus for singles is probably the go-to, just because you don't have to worry about the ball being popped up as high in singles, and the finishing power to keep someone back at the baseline, or even just having those shots that you curve. And one thing I really love about the Pegasus Power is you can really shape the ball how you want. But yeah, baseline, this thing's a beast. Kitchen, it's really great. Hand speed is phenomenal because you don't have a lot of, at least in my eyes, I don't have a lot of twist weight to worry about. And ever since putting the weights at the top corners, it initiates the dip a little bit more, but you can see that you really don't need to swing very much. Like, I have no backswing whatsoever, and the ball is still going long. So that was the biggest point of adjustment, but overall, it's a really, really great paddle. I think anyone that loves a wide body will love this. It's just so consistent. It's so powerful, controlled, the drops. Let's do some drops now. So you can just kind of get a really nice curve on it. Just dropping right over in the kitchen there. Just perfectly consistent, not having to think about it too much. Overall, Pegasus Power, first 2 weeks, really impressed. If you love wide bodies, this is gonna be a pretty hard one to beat in 2025. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about the Pegasus Power, make sure to leave it in the comments below. If you wanna pick one up, they do have some of these in stock on the website right now. Use the code RYE3D at checkout, you get a discount. Becomes one of the best bang for the value paddles, I think, on the market right now. But yeah, make sure you stay tuned for my next video where I'm gonna be doing another 2 week review on the Vapor Power. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.